Hello, class. I am getting this video to you from my home office this Friday. In class, I did not get a chance to go over my examples for the life map that you have coming up, the life bubble map that is due online this weekend. And we talked about it in class, but I didn't have the examples. So I'm making this video. You hear, and this might be even better. You can pause and look at them if you need to. Otherwise, it should be pretty straightforward once you see them. So remember, this is about you. You are going to start with your name, choose 4 different aspects of your life that you want to fill in with detail. Remember, this is for an in-class activity. You're going to bring it to class. So make sure you only put things on your map that you are willing to share and are appropriate to the context. All right, so people have done this in a lot of different ways. Once again, I just want it on a regular piece of paper size, uh, just a piece of copy paper, or I have some great examples from notebook paper. This person, it's pretty straightforward. They started with their name in the middle. They didn't do bubbles. They did boxes, boxes and bubbles. All are welcome here, uh, and in all sorts of shapes that you can think of. They chose 4 different areas. There's for family, travel, swimming. Okay, so that was like in class, we said that maybe you had a hobby or an activity. Instead of just labeling it hobby or activity, they went directly to what it was, and it looks like they have a lot of variety about that. Art and fish and wildlife, which might be that have been their major when they did this. So that is one of them. Here's one that's on a piece of notebook paper and one that was generously ripped out of someone's folder. And here's what they did. They started with their name in the middle. I like the organic way. They're just filling it in. It's also completely in pencil. I should be careful with it so I don't smudge it over time. I've had this a pretty long time, so uh, this one is great because it's got things like relationships, but it includes their family. There's things about education, hobbies, and soccer, food, and lots of different kinds of food. I guess you could have a whole category on food. I could. I could have a whole category just on food. So that's a really fun one. I think one of the things I want you to notice about this is how they go straight to the edge of these papers. They're really filling it up. There's some doodles and creativity, but you don't have to be an artist with it. Also, that there's a lot of full sentences or a lot of explanation about things, which I also really appreciate. Everything's not just a one-word bubble. Here's a different one that is using a hybrid of digital and by hand, which I said if you do make it on if you do a digital portion, some of it has to be filled in by hand. This is what I mean. So this person started with their name in the middle, put in a few boxes and typed in some words, and then they printed that out. And then by hand, they went to the very edges, filling in the details that went with those boxes. I think this is one of my favorite ways someone's done this. It's very creative, and very straightforward and simple at the same time. Here's one done in a mixture of pencil and ballpoint pen. Again, on just a piece of notebook paper. This person, I turned it upside up. I think they were a fisherman or they were in fish and wildlife as well. So I like this one because obviously they put in a good pencil sketch of a fish coming down the middle of it for holding their name, but then the boxes around the fish are really big. This person did a great job giving me context and explanation, and it's all filled up. So I love that. Here's another one, just really straightforward, black and white. It's got some creative doodling around the name. Here's another one where it's again, they made a drawing and with some nice bold colors in the middle and then filled it in. around the image. Another thing is some people start on one side and go across, like this one. The name is going on the side, and then the next column, if you can say, kind of want to call it that, is the 4 areas, and then ballooning out from the 4 areas across the page. Vertically is all the details that go with each of those areas of this person's life. So this was really well done. Here's another one like that, but in portrait style where their name is down the side. They have 4 areas, and then just follow the lines to where it's connected. And I like the way this person also used color to divide up the different areas. Here's another one that's different. This person started in the middle with a circle and then created like a fan out, and you actually have to turn this around upside down and uh, do the whole 360, and they wrote it in depending on which edge they were on. Here's another one where they start at the side, 4 areas, and then all the detail. All right, so those are the stars. Some good examples. Again, loving that they're all about the same size here. That works out just perfect. That's what I'm looking for. Things when it's not working out, I do have my examples of what I'm not looking for. Not this one. That one's a good one. Oh, here's another good one. All right. What I'm not looking for is something that it doesn't look like a lot of thought was put into it. This one, especially as we come to it could have been okay, but then there's not enough detail, and there's a lot of space in here that could have been filled in if there was more detail added, like a few sentences here and there, a few explanations. Uh, okay. Here's another one that's done by hand. This one, again, like it feels more like it was done in the hallway right before class started. And then they do have at least some bubbles filled in, but it could have a little more strategy and elements of intention could have been put into this one. I think these two here, they seem like really good first drafts, and then do the one that you're going to bring to class. Here's one that's just digital, and each of the boxes that has typing in it is just 1 or 2 words. It's just not enough. We need more detail. This one's actually not too bad. It could use a little more detail. It's right on the edge for me. It came to me with the coffee stain. I know I do try to take responsibility for when I spill coffee. It does happen. But I think this came to me this way, but even that isn't, that doesn't bother me at all. I think it's just more that I would have liked a little more detail in some of these bubbles on the edge when we're getting deeper into each topic. All right, that's my examples. That's the assignment that we have for this class. It is due online first. Take a photo and upload the photo to the assignment, and then bring your map to class, and we'll have an activity in class with your map. I'll see you next week, everyone. Bye-bye.